Hey friends, welcome to the Balsa Wood Glider Project, where you're going to be building one of these glider planes for your own and launching it as far as you can. There's a ton of fun STEM principles at stake, and obviously, you get a pretty fun toy to play around with when we're all done. This is essentially like the ultimate paper airplane project, and we can't wait to get started. So what do you say? Let's get right into it. So let's first touch on just a little bit of history about these glider planes, which essentially goes back to planes in general. The Wright brothers, who built the first ever working airplane, and big companies like Boeing and Lockheed Martin, they first built model planes made out of similar materials just to test out a design and put it in the wind tunnel and see how it performs before, building a giant and expensive airplane and wasting a bunch of money on something that might not even work. These aren't quite as expensive as a big airplane. One quick fun fact though is the world record glide for a balsa plane is over 36 hours of hang time. And essentially they got a little bit lucky because they threw it right into a gust of wind, but still pretty impressive if you ask me. So why should you care about this project? Well, my guess is most of you have flown on an airplane before, and even if you haven't, look up in the sky. Guys, airplanes are all around us, and they play a huge part in industries like shipping, and travel, and defense, and space. And if you notice a trend, none of those are going away anytime soon. You guys are going to be working in those fields and innovating on these airplanes. And like I said before, those big companies who work on those big airplane projects, they still make balsa gliders and balsa models, just like you're going to be making in this project. I just mentioned how we're going to need you guys and girls to be innovating in the aerospace industry going forward. Think about all this change in pretty much every other industry in the last 50 years. You know what hasn't really innovated much is in the aerospace industry. Think about 50 years ago. I live in Arizona, and it would have taken me about 5 hours to fly to a place like New York. You know how long it would take me today? Probably about 5 hours, which is kind of crazy, right? We should be going way faster than that, and that's where we need you guys to come in. Come help us build these planes that go faster and get us places going faster. And that's just one example about how you can help impact this industry. So there's just a couple things we want you to take away from this project, and the first is that this whole flight thing is relatively new. The Wright brothers built that first airplane we were talking about in 1903, so just a little bit over 100 years ago, and we want you to realize that there's so much more to be done in the field. We're going to be teaching you about some of the STEM topics at play and some of the technology associated with airplanes along the way. And of course, you're going to get to hear from a professional in the field in the bonus video. So we hope you're excited, and we can't wait to go along this journey with you guys. See you in the next video, friends.